In this video, I am going to be talking about cozy games that I didn't think were actually that cozy, but were definitely marketed as cozy, and I would be playing them and I'd be like, wait, this is a cozy game? But with that being said, I highly enjoyed most of these games. There's only one that I did not enjoy, so wait till the end, watch the whole video please, and you will see which one I did not like. And before I get started, just please take note that this video is not to say that a game you think is cozy is not cozy. I still believe that if you feel the game is comforting to you, then who am I to say it's not? That doesn't make any sense. So if it's cozy to you, it's cozy to you. I think we're ready to start, and we're starting with Dave the Diver, okay? Dave the Diver is a really popular game. It's super fun. You go between diving to catch fish and then into a management side of this game where you manage a sushi restaurant using the fish that you caught. And it's super fun. Sounds super cozy. It's an amazing game. It was even nominated at the Game Awards this year. So obviously a lot of people loved it. But as your typical little cozy gamer, was I prepared to be attacked by giant sharks and killed by giant sharks and kind of be involved in super intense boss battles in this game? No, I was not prepared for that. Did it ruin the game for me because not everything about this game was perfectly cozy? No. No, it did not. I actually highly enjoyed this game. It was really fun. As I was writing down my thoughts about Dave the Diver, I was like, oh my goodness, I want to play it again. And before I'd kind of put it into like my, nah, I don't feel like playing that one again for a while category. And now I'm like talking about it again. I'm like, I kind of feel like playing that again. The restaurant management side of this game, those types of games can be pretty stressful. But in this game, I didn't feel stressed during that part of the game. I felt like that was actually the wind down part of this game for me, where the hunting out for the fish and doing quests where there's sharks in the water, or there's a quest where I have to beat this squid or catch this shark, those were hard for me to do and a little bit like on the edge of my seat during this game. Like, those things made me question, is this game actually cozy? Not fully, but it definitely is a cozy game. It's just a little low on the coziness scale, but it's got coziness in it. The next game is Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. Personally, I felt like Breath of the Wild was more cozy than this one, but that's just my opinion. And as many people did, I found this game to be so stunning. There are so many beautiful environments, especially at the start of the game where you're on the Sky Island. Oh my gosh, it's so pretty. Everything's so pretty in this game until you get to the underground. That's where the non-coziness really came in for me. Now, of course, it's a Zelda game and it's the sequel to Breath of the Wild, so I knew it was gonna have things that weren't totally cozy. It's gonna have really intense boss battles and puzzles and stuff like that. But I knew that, and I didn't discount it as not cozy. The reason I found this one not to be cozy, and I actually got jump scared in this game, is the underground world. I would play this game mostly in bed. That's when I do a lot of my gaming, on my Switch in bed or on my Steam Deck. And I would be in the underground world and I would get jump scared all the time by like bats or monsters or things just walking past, and I'm like, oh my gosh, it's like so scary to me. And I would definitely be jump scared because it's so dark in the underground part. So maybe I shouldn't play the underground part at night in bed, but that's where I was at in the game. But I was so spooked, I feel like I just kind of put the game down and never picked it up again. I do plan to play it over the summer because I'm going on a road trip and I like to play this kind of game in the car. I don't know, I just do. But that's why I think Tears of the Kingdom is a little bit lower on the coziness scale. But I'm curious what you guys think. The next one is Pizza Possum, and this is by the same publishing company that published Moonstone Island. And so when they had sent me the code for this game, the key to play it, I was like, oh, it's probably a cozy game. I saw it in some thumbnails from other YouTubers who do cozy content, and I'm like, okay, it's a super cozy game. Didn't really know much about it, and started playing it, and Oh my gosh, this game is chaos. In this game, you play as a hungry little possum, and you have to eat all the food in the levels in order to open more areas on the map and get closer to eating the king's pizza, which is the ultimate goal of the game, is to eat the pizza and grab the king's crown. And as you eat the food, you need to make sure that you're not seen by the police dogs. And when some of the dogs see you, they shout, "Possum!" I did a good impression of that. Like, I did a really good impression of that because that's exactly what the one dog sounds like. Some of the dogs whistle other dogs over to chase you, but the common denominator is that if a dog sees you, the dog chases you. And if the dog chases you a lot, it catches you a lot, okay? And if the dog chases you, it might catch you, and then you might have to start over from your last save point or at the start of the game. This game is crazy and chaotic, but so addicting, and there were times when I just wanted to launch my Steam Deck into the wall and just be done with it, but nope, I would pick it back up and keep on playing because this game is so much fun. Actually, one of my favorite games probably of 2023. It was just so mindless, and I think that's what made this game cozy, if at all cozy. The mindlessness of the game, the very basic gameplay of just doing the same thing over and over and over again and trying to get to the end without having like a million things to think about. It's very straightforward and you just know what you're doing. Kinda. And as you play the game more and more, you get new abilities every time you have to start over. With those new abilities, the game does get easier as you go, which is really nice as well. So I wouldn't say this game is super cozy, but it is fun and it is super worth playing. Pixel Cafe is the next game I'm going to talk about, and this is a fairly new game, and I definitely understand that the game's art and the game's narrative storyline would categorize it as cozy, but it's also heavy on the food management side of things. I guess it plays similar to Diner Dash, which I played a lot on my computer growing up, and I never played that to relax. I played that for the chaos and the fun and the addictive element of it, and that's exactly what the food management part of this game has. But it also has a super heartwarming story between jobs that balances out the stressful gameplay. It's also extremely addictive and sometimes frustrating when you continuously fail a level, but you need to beat a certain amount of levels in order to get to the next part of the storyline and see that narrative part of the game. And they've recently added difficulty settings to the game, so you can lower the difficulty and make the game easier and more cozy, or up the difficulty and make it super difficult. And I'm definitely not great at this game, but I love it and I find it so fun and so challenging. And even on the easiest difficulty setting, I was still having trouble passing some of the levels, but I still really like this game, highly recommend it. I really love it. It's one of the games I played towards the end of 2023, so I didn't talk about it too much on my channel, but I definitely recommend checking it out. It's on Switch, it's on PC. It's not that cozy, but it's cozy. And the last game I'm going to mention is Lakeburg Legacies. This game is one that I did not like, and it was definitely marketed as cozy. So many people were so excited for this game. I got into the hype of getting excited for this game, and I found that it was not the game that I expected it to be, and part of that is my fault. Like, I could have looked into it more, but I didn't. And some people, I'm sure, love a game like this. I found that I do not love a game like this. It's strategic, it uses a lot of thought, and it gets more and more intense as the time passes in the game. So Lakeburg Legacies is a village management sim where you matchmake couples and start families and try to create and keep a thriving kingdom. I found it super confusing, difficult, and chaotic, and I needed a lot more time to slow down. There are ways to pause the time, but I was just like so stressed. I was not doing that and not figuring it out, and I was like all over the place with this. I found myself feeling so frustrated, so annoyed, and just not feeling very cozy or comforted. And I even got like frustrated at the repetitive gameplay in this, which in some games I really like that, and I guess I didn't really like that in this game because it wasn't just doing enough for me. So this game didn't feel cozy to me, but it was definitely marketed as like this cozy game. But it might be a game that's like totally right up your alley to play, but it wasn't up mine. I went down the wrong alley and I was like, oh no, that ain't the game for me. No. I think that this one was marketed as cozy because of the lovey-dovey elements of pairing couples together and seeing if the relationship works out. But I forgot about the part where the relationships don't work out and maybe they cheat on their wife or their spouse dies and they immediately remarry. Like that's not that cozy. Through people like just talking about and categorizing things as cozy games, I do end up finding games that they might not be very comforting or relaxing for me, but they're super fun, and that's what a lot of these games ended up being for me, except for that last one. So that's the video for today. I hope you enjoyed this. What's a game that is cozy but really not that cozy in your opinion? If you are a member on this channel, thank you so much for being a member. I seriously treasure you. If you are watching this and you're not a member and you'd like to be, then please hit the join button down below, or I will also have it linked in the description of the video on how to join. I'm also streaming on YouTube more now, so check me out. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel if you want to see when I go live, and just come join the community. Okay, well, now I think you're leaving, so watch this video, or this video, or this one, or this one. I don't know. Just watch one of them, and I will hopefully see you in the next YouTube video.